All right, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening based on your time zone. And I believe that since most of our participants are joining from Pakistan, so a very good afternoon. I am Nabil Timothy, and we are launching this initiative of Return Ticket, Reconnecting with Roots, Redefining Futures. What is it all about? We'll be talking about in a bit. So, Ms. Rabia, if you can share your slides first.
Yeah, sure. I hope it's visible to all of you.
Yes, it is. Can you move to the next slide, please? All right. So, Return Ticket is a supportive community for the students, Pakistani students who are planning to go abroad or if they are returning back home to Pakistan. The team at Return Ticket understands your mixed emotions and here to guide you through cultural, career, and practical challenges. Next slide, please. So today, the agenda of this activity is that we'll be looking into some of the challenges and the opportunities what Pakistani students face when they are traveling to another country for the sake of education purposes, or whether they are going for the job or employment purposes. Some of the collaborative discussions will also happen, and then we'll be also talking about some of the success stories and the testimonials as well, and also that how what is this admission process uh, in the foreign university, what is the flow of that thing, how it happens. We will be also discussing about that. Some of the common myths and misconceptions will be myth busted as well, and what are the competitive advantage in the market if you go through a right channel. And also, we will be having one presentation on understanding the significance of learning soft skills. Apart from learning the hard skills, the technical skills, what is the significance of soft skills? So, we'll be talking about that as well. Uh, Next slide, please. So me and Nabil Tirmizi, I am working as a broadcasting consultant in one of the INGOs under United Nations in Malaysia, and I have been related to the television media industry for the last 27 years, and I have been mentoring professionals and students across the Pacific region. As a senior consultant at this current INGO and in the past as well, I had led over hundreds and hundreds of regional projects from Central Asia, Uzbekistan to Pacific Vanuatu regarding media development, leadership, and also the cross-cultural communication. I have also trained with and worked with different governments and professionals in Bangladesh, Brunei Darussalam, Indonesia, Laos, Thailand, Myanmar, Malaysia, Pakistan, Cambodia, Vietnam. And currently, I am working with the Pacific for the climate change and the media development in different Pacific countries. Also, I am a distinguished Toastmaster, which is an international fraternity of public speakers and leaders, and also working as an executive coach for the Toastmasters International as well. Toastmaster, apart from its home country, which is USA, it has its existence in over 120 countries, including Pakistan as well, and in Malaysia, of course. And my game is to guide aspiring global citizen on navigating international education and careers with resilience and clarity, blending strategic mentorship, cultural insight, and personal empowerment. And a few months back, I was named as one of the top 20 cultural voices on LinkedIn as well in this on the subject of cultural competency. So we'll be talking about that as well. But before that, as per our agenda, we will be introducing Ms. Rabia Tirmizi. Ms. Rabia Tirmizi, next slide, please. So Rabia Tirmizi is the founder of a Return Ticket Initiative, and she brings over 12 years of experience in education sector, mentoring students, building meaningful learning program, and helping young minds grow at different academic level. She has also been an independent trader at Pakistan Stock Exchange for the past 14 years, where she studies market trends, analyzes financial data, and manages portfolios, especially for major listed companies. So, Ms. Rabia, the grid is all yours. Let us know what Return Ticket Initiative is all about.
Okay, right. So thank you, Nabil. It's a pleasure to have you here, and a warm welcome to all of you, those who are joining this webinar. But before we dive into the excitement of this webinar, I would like to take a moment to share the story behind this project, why we started it, and why it matters. Right. So starting off with the biggest challenge of Pakistan, right? According to the recent data, the rate of Pakistani students leaving to study abroad is significantly increasing, with a large number of students choosing the destinations like UK, US, Germany, and European countries. Right. So, issue is not that the students are moving abroad. Obviously, it's a good step, right? But the real concern is that they are moving to settle permanently in those countries, leading to a long-term talent drain from their home country, right? So, okay, so quality education is everyone's right, but very few make the choice of coming back to create an impact in their own country, right? So here comes the problem, that how we can stop the brain drain of a country. So right now I'm going to give you a discussion prompt. So if you can see it on the screen, I want you to just keeping these 4 points in your mind, like to create value, ethical choices, what conscious citizenship could be, and advocating for the social causes. So imagine this: a top performing student from your country receives a scholarship to study abroad. After graduating, they decided not to return. What do you think drove that decision, and what could have encouraged them to come back? So, I want you to take some pause and take a moment to think about it and give your valuable insights that how someone can decide to come back. What could be the reasons? Okay, right. G. So, someone from the audience, those who can just pitch their points. So, over here we have Sundars, Turab. Can someone just
I
Walaikum
can,
Assalam?
Rabia, I think if people will get the good career opportunities according to their education, so they would come back to Pakistan. Otherwise, they would prefer to live abroad.
Okay, right. Gee, anybody else who wants to just add on their viewpoint on it? Okay, right. So we will be discussing some, obviously, the opportunities, that what could be the aspirations for the students, those who want to come back to their home country and make an impact. So, okay, let's see that how you can turn your dreams into reality of studying abroad. And obviously the point is that you will grow more confident, independent, and globally aware. But it's also okay to feel overwhelmed with all the thoughts of just moving abroad. So let's have a look from the point of that what could be the family and societal pressures we could have faced. So have you faced any tough conversations with family about your decision to move abroad? Anyone from participants who wants to just give their point of view? Jiturab, are you there? Do you have any
Yes,
yeah. Okay, so what kind of challenges you might have faced during the conversation with your family for moving for a broad study program?
I think it's the fact that my parents don't want to send me like very far away because they
Okay.
don't want me to be far from them. That's the main concern.
Okay, right. Okay, so obviously you don't have to reject your family values. So again, I think someone wants to enter into the meeting. If Nabil Tamizi can just check out that. Okay, so the point is obviously we're not going to reject the family values. So you can include them in your journey. Let's talk about how to bridge the gap openly and have an honest talk to ease the tension, right? So share your plans and listen to the concerns of them, make a financial plan and do a thorough research, right? So here comes we. So have you, let me ask you, have you ever wished that you had someone to guide you? Someone who really gets what it's like to leave home or come back after years abroad. So that's exactly why we built Return Ticket. Think of us as a backstage crew, counselors, mentors, fellow Pakistanis, all working quietly behind the scenes so you can shine on the stage, right? So this is what our agenda to just start this project. So raise your hand if you ever had a question about visas, cultural confusions, or job searches, right? So then you're if that's the thing, then you're in the right place. So let's break it down. Emotional stress, uh, career confusions, cultural shock. These are not the potential flaws, they are the part of the journey, right? So these days, a majority of the consultancies will show you a great picture of the world out there, job opportunities, lifestyles, but they will not guide you through this. Our counselors and mentors may many who have worked the same path are here to say you're not alone. So, whether you are prepping for the visa interviews, you are struggling with part time work, or over there, or having your first job interview coming back, we are by your side, right? Okay, so obviously, being you're part of the journey. So imagine or that someone handing you a checklist, sitting with you to guide you step by step, or will even reviewing your job application with you. So that's why Return Ticket is over here, guiding you every step of the way. So here is the glimpse of some of the recent successful cases of my students who got their university and embassy interview preparations done through me, right? So these are the recent ones. So what's powerful is that these stories could reflect you. You might be the next story we will feature on our portal, right? Okay, so let's zoom out. This is not just about study or work. It's about what kind of life you want to build. Right? So let me emphasize on it again. Coming back is a personal choice. But if someone wish to come back, so we will support their return. So I would like to ask you, what's one thing you would love to improve in Pakistan if you had the tools and the network? So anyone who wants to share their uh, anyone who want to respond to this? Okay, so we have few new participants. Gee, anyone who wants to just add on their point of view regarding that, if you have the tools and networks, one thing which you can change?
I think if I had the tools to change it, I would definitely try to maybe improve the infrastructure.
Okay. Okay, right. So yeah, we need some infrastructure changes in Pakistan, obviously. Okay, right. So maybe you're someone from the background of engineering, maybe, right? Okay. Anyway, so moving forward, let me. Okay. So getting to know about the study abroad process, right? So researchers are key, investigating courses, universities, teaching modules, research opportunities, campus life, budget and available scholarships. We will personally contact you for the chosen university or school to smoothen out the process and help improve your chances of acceptances. So starting with the registrations, obviously, We will be collecting your documents for the application process, right? If your application requires any language proficiency tests, we will be helping you out for that, right? And then in the meanwhile, we will be preparing you for the university interview, right? Once you get the application approved from the university, right? So we will be moving towards the document preparation for the visa application, right? So we will be there for in every step of the way, right? So like for the visa application, obviously you need to prepare for the visa interviews as well, right? We will be again supporting you for that. And for your pre-departure preparations, you can join our regular webinars on queries of students related to the exchange of money, insurance, accommodation, SIM card, opening a bank account, and the country rules, and adapting to new culture. So, right, so we will be conducting webinars time to time for guiding you for all these processes, right? Okay, so okay, now we need to know about some common myths and misconceptions about the study abroad programs. No one can guarantee admission or visas. Genuine consultants assist with applications and documentations, but final decision lies with the university and immigration officers. So high fee always don't reflect the quality. Some great consultants are affordable, always evaluate based on registered firms, credibility and transparency, not the cost alone, right? So we know that in the market we can find lots of consultancies charging the people in millions, right, for the one application process. But over here we have very affordable package for the regular and for the loyalty students, those who will be with us throughout the journey, right? Okay, right. So, thinking of that, consultants can influence the visa officers. This is not only false, but potentially dangerous. That indicates the fraudulent consultants. No consultant can influence the embassy, right? So, let's have a look at where do we stand. Okay, so our comparative consultancies are actually like providing you the personalized counseling and career guidance, which is very good for the students. They will assist you for the application process, visa process, and throughout the guidance. And some of the good consultancies are also giving you the service of test and interview preparation as well, right? And ordinary consultancies are obviously dealing you for the application process, right? Okay, so here we are. We will be giving you some pre-study services and some post-study services as well, right? So that you do not feel left alone, right? So for that, we will be conducting webinars and mentorship programs for the pre-study process, and for the post-study services, Nabil Tirmizi will be guiding you for this part, right? Okay. Okay, so talking about post-study services in general, so let's say we understand that returning back to your home country can be both exciting and challenging. That's why we have created comprehensive platform to support your every step. You can join our vibrant community of alumni and professionals who have successfully returned home. You will gain valuable insights, build connections, and find support through networking, events, mentorship programs, and online forums. So, secondly, you can attend workshops and webinars to enhance your skills and stay updated on local trends and prepare for a smooth transition, right? So, moving towards the job opportunities, well, this is our main objective on which we will be working on it on in the long term. We will partner with leading companies, organizations, and institutions in Pakistan to connect you with the exciting career opportunities, whether you're looking for a role in technology, healthcare, education, or any other field. We will help you find a position that aligns your skills and goals. So if you're dreaming of starting your own business, coming back by coming back to Pakistan, a team of experienced consultants that will guide you through the process, from developing a business plan to navigating local regulations. We will help you turn your entrepreneurial vision into reality and contribute to the Pakistan's economy. Okay, right. So again, if the Tbilisi can see, someone wants to join the meeting room. Okay, so moving forward. Okay, so this is more than a talk, it's an invitation. Head to our website, follow our FB and Instagram and YouTube page to stay updated with the latest opportunities, trainings, and seminars. Right? We will have built this for you. Now it's yours to explore. Visit our website to register for services, browse resources, sign up for our mentorship program, and check our training opportunities. Follow us on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook for the updates. Right? So, all right, let's walk through our website together. Think of this as your starting point of anything return ticket offers, right? So on the homepage you will see our core services clearly listed, like counseling, mentorship, career support, and more. From here you can easily navigate to anything you need, right? So let's say you want to book a one-on-one consultation or interview preparation session. Here you can click on the book a consultation, right? It will be on the header, right? And then if you feel any difficulty you can contact our consultants or the support staff over here through the WhatsApp, right? The ones those who are planning to study abroad, they can see this button floating on the home page, right? And for all the rest of the inquiries regarding your soft skills, returning prospects, business consultancy, you may drop your query on WhatsApp. Our representative will address your concerns, right? Okay, so I would like to call Nabil Tamazi to join and share his screen so that he can guide you for the soft skills.
All right, thank you very much, Ms. Rabia. And let me just spotlight myself. All right, so thank you very much. And apart from the orientation related to the return ticket initiative, we are going to address what are the significance of learning soft skills. Any idea what kind of soft skills are needed in today's world? Any top five, top six soft skills you want to learn to enhance your productivity, your knowledge management, anything? You can just type down in the chat window. Come on, come on. Soft skills. By the way, what is soft skills? Any idea? All right, so let me just talk about what are the soft skills that we are talking about. All right, so first of all, that one thing is common among all of the participants, and that is to have this wish to study abroad, to work there, to maybe settle over there, and then one day maybe return back to the home country as well. But what is global readiness? The soft skills, the mindset before studying abroad. Like it might take some time before you get admission in some of the good institutes of the world. But before that, what are some of the essential skills which you really need to have apart from your hardcore skills, the technical skills? So this would be a small presentation on a pre-departure toolkit for Pakistani students. I've already mentioned you about my profile that for the last 26 years I have been related to the media industry, the broadcasting industry, and have been roaming around the entire Asia Pacific region to conduct various workshops, to implement different kind of intergovernmental projects, and to work with different kind of governments as well, from Central Asia to SAARC region to ASEAN region and to the Pacific region as well. And there were a couple of projects in Africa as well, in Rwanda, Kenya, and Nigeria. Now, in the later part of the year, I will be working with the Tanzanian government as well. So, why soft skills matter more than ever for success abroad? Student insight, what most wish they had known, and also the preparation focus. What should be your focus before heading towards your next chapter of the life? So, reality check. Studying abroad is more than a plane ticket. Number one, mindset. Number two, there might be emotional gaps, cultural gaps, and there will be definitely practical challenges. You got admission, you got the visa, your preparations are there, but what about those gaps? How can you fill those, minimize those gaps? That we'll be talking about. And then some of the soft skills where we are focusing on the idea management, the writing management, the communication, effective communication, the public speaking, productivity management, skills management, relationship management, and the memory management. So these are all of the things where we will be having few webinars in the near future. We will be talking about the mindset and the communication, how to speak, how to minimize the cultural gaps, how to be more effective in cultural competency, the adaptability as well, and also their intelligence and management, cultural awareness, the time and the emotions, how to raise your EQ, how to leverage on your IQ, and then how to collaborate with other students, other foreign fraternity, and also how to maintain your own identity, your digital skills, your digital footprint. That we'll be talking about as well. So, section one, the mindset readiness, the most important thing. First thing is emotional overload. You are excited that you are going to Germany or you are going to Canada or UK. You got admission in Malaysia, maybe. So there is an excitement. There can be a bit of guilt that you are leaving your family, and there must be some kind of anxiety as well. What will happen? Identity concern. What if I lose myself? What kind of culture am I going to? Would I look foreigner to them? Would I be blend with them? That we'll be talking about. And then the mental preparations, building psychological readiness as well. Anything can happen, any kind of cultural shock you can go through. So we'll be talking about that. So the challenge and gaps. So there is one, our Desi mindset, and then there is a foreign system. Now, I don't undermine the Desi mindset. It has its own roots, it has its own strengths, but sometimes we have to look beyond the box as well. So, for example, what mindset we have at our in our families is that we are more family driven. We are risk averse when it comes to foreign cultures, and then our parents are a bit overprotective as well. On the other hand, if we talk about the foreign uh, students, they are a bit independent, they are self-driven because of their culture, and then hands off. So we need to minimize that gap. How? So coping enhancing, purpose led. Whenever you are in the transition mode, to write a letter to yourself that what you are going to do, what are your expectations, what are your uncertainties, what you have been hearing about, and what you have been reading about, all these uncertainties. Bit of prep talk with the family as well, that these are some of the concerns and what do they think about those concerns. Reflective journaling, document thoughts and feelings. Vision planning, create clear goals and aspirations, where you will be standing in the next 5 years, or whenever you will be finishing your degree. What will be your immediate plan? What will be your long-term plans? That needs to be defined as soon as possible before the transition phase actually starts. Independence ritual, practice small freedom before leaving. That is also one of the important aspects. Then the communication, fear factor, afraid of looking dumb, how people will perceive me. Will they fit me into some kind of stereotype or something like that? How do I cope with that? Then asking questions, building confidence to participate. Whenever we are in the foreign cultures, we try and many of times I have observed that whenever I am having any Pakistani participant in any of my workshop where other participants from other countries are there, they are a bit reluctant to ask questions because of the cultural thing. So that confidence needs to be done to participate in that activity. And then speaking up, overcoming classroom silence. That is also one of the most important aspect. Sometimes we think that okay, how our language skills will be perceived on in these kind of environments. That is also one angle. So challenges and gaps: respect equals silence, questioning equals rude. So these are the two main stereotypes which we usually have. In foreign classrooms, participation is graded. The more you participate, the better you perform and the better grades you get. And then clarity over politeness. Sometimes being simple polite is not enough. You have to have a clarity that why you are here, why you are there, and what you really want. And then the cultural clash, different communication expectations. Sometimes our stereotypes are based because of some kind of movies, some kind of documentaries, and in general, things might not be as same as you perceive. So that is also one of the things which you need to work on. Cultural intelligence, social awkwardness, feeling out of place in new settings. I've seen many people in in Malaysia, since I'm living in Malaysia for the last 8 years, 9 years. Actually. So I have seen many students from Bangladesh or maybe from South India that they have this kind of social awkwardness, even from Pakistan as well, that they feel that they are out of place in new settings because Malaysia, if you might be knowing that it is called Malaysia truly Asia. You can literally find any culture in this country, whether you are you want to expose yourself for the Chinese culture. The Chinese culture is well integrated in this culture. If you want to have a exposure of Indian culture is there. If you want to meet some Africans, even you can find African communities as well. Fijian community, people from the Pacific Islands, like far Pacific Islands like Vanuatu, Solomon Islands, Micronesia. Literally, you can find everyone here in Malaysia. So sometimes many of us, when we arrive in this kind of thing where there are different kind of ethnicities, different kinds of culture, how to cope with them? How do you like to create your own mental compartment that which person can fit into what kind of compartment. Then misreading cues. What if I offend someone? Sometimes, for example, I remember that in one of my colleague from India, he went to the immigration and he was talking to the immigration officer. Immigration officer was asking something, and he was like constantly, since he was like used to be a senior government officer, and after retirement he joined our organization. So he was like constantly fingering on his suitcases and all those, and he was like asking that where you are going, where you are going, literally pointing out. And the Malaysians and the people in Southeast Asia, they don't like to be pointed out. Usually, what they do is that they have this sign of thumb that, sir, you can go over there. Sir, that is over there. Sir, you can go on that side. So they don't use the index finger, they rather use the thumb. So whenever someone is pointing with index finger, they take it as a rude behavior. So misreading cues, what if I offend someone? So sometimes because of these kind of cultural shocks, either we overdo some things or either sometimes we just act passively, which is again not a good thing. Then the learning curve, adapting to unfamiliar social norms, how we interact with other people from other cultures, that is also one of the things. So Desi communication, our communication, Pakistani proud Desi communication, which is bit indirect. We don't ask directly. We are a bit formal. Like I remember that when I came here for the first time, I was like literally telling everyone, even if someone is like elder to me, I will just say, sir, if you can do this, madam, if you can do that. And people, even if they are like 75 years old, they don't expect to be called sir or madam. They just want their names to be called. So this is kind of our formal kind of training in that aspect, and then high context cues. On the other hand, then the Western communication, or those societies who are directly influenced by the Western culture, they are direct, they are casual, and they have low context. So coping and enhancing, the very first thing which you will be doing is to observe first. Watch before acting in new situations. You can try to expose yourself through the movies, through documentaries, through their news reports, through their news channels, TV channels. The more you get exposed, the more you get a better idea that what you can expect from that culture. Ask respectfully. Respectful attitude, and also the empathy. Here's two things which will always go hand in hand. And then seek clarification when you are unsure. Note patterns, record observations about cultural differences. That is also, you cannot have this idea that whatever you are doing in your country, the things would be the same in other country as well. I have seen today. I was chatting with one of the Pakistanis who are settled in California for the last 25 years, 26 years, and with every sentence, they were telling me that in America we do this, in America we do that, in America we have this kind of nuance. And I was like, why you are like keep on iterating the same thing over and over again? So sometimes we have to be like avoiding that kind of repetition, and understand that the person who is in front of you, or whoever is listening, they have their own mindset, and you have to respect that as well, whether it's religious rituals, whether it's a cultural aspect, or whether it's some kind of other definitions related to humanity. Multicultural events, try to attend diverse gatherings to practice what I have seen and observed in the last so many years living abroad. Even before coming to Malaysia, even when I was in Middle East in late 80s, early 90s, uh, what I observed was that many a times the Pakistani community, although they are not that active as compared to the communities related to Bangladesh or India or some other, but what I have really I have observed is that they try to live in their own bubble, despite even if some person is living in Portugal, for example, they won't be consuming any Portuguese media. They will still be watching Geo TV, ARY, Dunia TV, or something like that, just to have a knowledge that what is happening in the world. So they won't be consuming the direct media from the country where they are actually living. They won't be giving enough effort to learn their language, to learn about their own culture. They will be living in their own comfort bubble, which, if it gets burst, they won't be having any leverage of, even if they are living there for 10 years or 15 years, they won't be leveraging when the bubble bursts, which is kind of a bad thing. So weekly reflection, review, and learn from the interaction. So I would definitely be advising you that whenever you get the chance to move abroad, do have those kind of reflection sessions with yourself, that what worked for you and what didn't work. Time and self management, one thing I would like to mention, that the definition of time, the definition of coping with the time management is very different in different cultures. If you ask a Japanese, they have their own mechanism. If you ask about Pakistanis or Indians or Bangladeshis, or even Malaysians or Indonesians, they have a total lenient and casual style. But on the other hand, people from United Kingdom or USA, or even from other countries like Belgium, they have a total different definition of time management. So you have to understand that whenever you are collaborating with any foreign colleague or foreign class fellow, what is their working style? How do they perceive the term deadline? How do they do if they have to manage multitasking? Are they capable of doing that or not? Some cultures literally are bad in being multitasking. They don't want to multitask at all. It is kind of a negative thing. On the other hand, people like us, people from subcontinent or this part of Asia, we like to be called ourselves as multitask, which has its own pros and cons. So consequences, you have to pay for it academically or reality. No one tells you what to do. People are there not to mentor you everywhere. They are not there to teach you. You have to be, you have to have that learning aptitude yourself. I remember that few months back, I had one colleague from Yemen, and few before joining us, she just finished her mass communication from one of the universities here in Malaysia, Taylor's University, which is kind of a very high esteemed, considered as very high esteemed university in Malaysia. So for straight, like she worked with us, like for example 5 to 6 months, and she was always like trying to have this thing that she was constantly going to one colleague to another to just to tell her that what to do, how she can do her job in the most effective manner or most efficient manner. And literally everyone in the most busiest corporate kind of organization, they don't want to mentor at all. They don't have enough time to teach or to do the spoon feeding. So they were literally scolding that poor girl. And I remember that I told her that if you are just seeking that any particular person would be actually mentoring you while they are on work or while you are on work, you cannot achieve that, because you all these people needs to achieve their deadlines according to their projects, so they don't have time to tell you, to teach you. So what to do? The most thing important thing is that you have to have a self-learning aptitude. You have to observe, you have to learn, you have to read, you have to have that kind of aptitude where you can just learn while observing other people, and then you try to do it on yourself. If there is something wrong happens, you can just ask your immediate supervisor, and if the immediate supervisor is good enough, they can guide you in a better format rather than you ask directly that okay, what I need to do. So that would be like going against your own OKR or KPI. So the challenge in the gap is that our students, guided by structures, you have to do this, you have to do that, and constant reminders. On the other hand, some foreign systems, they are self-managed. They are in a habit of initiation aptitude. They maintain their calendars, their tasks, and time with the high productivity skills. We will be talking about those high productivity skills and gimmicks as well, and how to use those tools. Emotional resilience. What will you be doing? Homesickness, just as now Mr. Turawali was mentioning that he might have this concern that what if he gets homesick, missing family and some familiar surroundings, or anxiety worrying about fitting in and succeeding, or simple invisible. I feel I do not belong here. uh, just now, I was having another discussion with my neighbor who is from Bangladesh. She is doing PhD in University of Malaya, and she was having this thing that whenever she is doing any group work or collaborative work, she usually feels, although despite that she is the best among her class fellows, and all the teachers adore her, and they are of this view that she's one of the best students in that batch. She says that she feels invisible whenever she is in any kind of group work. Everyone will be doing their own work. They don't want to like engage her in their group work, and they will say that okay, just do your part and that's it. We will integrate all the things into our group assignment and that's it. So how to cope with that thing? That is also where the soft skills come. So our culture, emotions are suppressed. We don't like to be expressive. Therapy is a taboo. We don't like to we term that a person or an individual who is going to a therapist. We have this negative connotation regarding that. Mental health is really discussed, but in other developed foreign context, mental health is normalized. We like to talk about that. Therapy is encouraged. Emotional well-being is prioritized. So these are some of the gaps, as I mentioned, that these gaps are the main things which needs to be filled up. That's why many of our students, especially from Pakistan, whenever they go abroad, they have this thing that why I am not gelling in this culture, or why I am still feeling foreigner or alien, only because that the gap where it starts, it just remains there, despite that that person, that individual is living there for maybe 10 years or even 20 years. So gap needs to be filled as soon as possible. So coping and enhancing campus counseling, you have to work with the counselors at your campus whenever you will be there. Journaling is one of the most important aspect. Even for professionals, we recommend and suggest highly of this thing, that always process emotions through writing. It will increase your productivity to the next level. And the prayers and the meditation, connect with spiritual practices. If you are spiritual, whatever religion you belong to, keep doing that, keep following that. It will help you on a very long term. Collaboration and group work, group projects. Sometimes, if the gap is not filled and if the gap is not closed, it causes frustration, exclusion. Sometimes we have this thing over and over again, that where we hear from these students that the foreign students, they don't include, they don't like to work with me. They think that I am from an underdeveloped country or something like that. Although in a larger holistic sense, uh, these things don't matter, that where you are coming from. I have worked with people from the smallest of nations, Laos, Cambodia, Vietnam, and the most developed countries like China, Japan, Korea, USA, UK. Everyone is the same, and if you know how to work among the cultures, you can easily fit in and gel. But here, how you can do that? Through the soft skills of cultural competency. And the confusion that I don't know how to fit in. How do I need to break my bubble? Do I need to go beyond my own cultural boundaries? These kind of questions are often asked, and it is, to answer that, it's not that simple. We have to work case by case, but we need to have a framework which will be working, which we will be giving you those tips and tricks in our future webinar. Okay, so our style, top down, the order comes from the CEO to down, to manager and to worker, and then to subordinates. So teacher-led teamwork is always there. Foreign style, or those countries where they have a different kind of approach, it's peer-to-peer learning. So I learn from Rabia, Rabia learns from Turabali, Turabali learns from Remsha. So we are all in the same fraternity. And self-organized collaboration. Observe dynamics, study how successful groups interact, clarify expectations. You can obviously tell your own boundaries, that these are some of the boundaries which you need to, which other needs to respect, and what are those things which you also need to respect. You have to have that clarity for regarding that. Use shared of collaborative work is the most important soft skill these days, that how to work collaboratively, especially after COVID-19. Everyone is having this thing, that how to work remotely, how to work with foreign cultures, even if you are like far from your office, how to work with on a joint project. So the collaborative tools, the digital tools, we will be having a special course in coming days as well. And then regular check-ins, schedule progress update, etc. um Okay, one of the important aspects which most of the Pakistani students have this thing, that okay, we have landed into another culture, into another country. Now, what about job? How to manage our expenses? Do I need to do some kind of blue collar job? Do I need to do some freelance work? Do I need to rely solely on my parents or something like that? How can I manage? And then, apart from managing expenses, how do I manage to progress in my academic career as well? So, just a moment. Yeah. So there is one common misconception that I'll figure out jobs later. We do not have that kind of mindset in our culture where we try to shape our career on the day one, which is kind of a bad thing. If we do not have that kind of clarity in our vision that where we will be standing in the next 5 years, the chances are that you will be wasting quite a lot of time. Then the reality check. Career planning starts day one, as I mentioned, and the strategic approach revolving, pivoting around that one goal. You have to build your experiences during your studies. I remember when I was doing MBA, and I was also already a working professional in the media industry. At the time, I think I had 10 years of experience. And while my class fellows were working on assignments on different kind of industries, even if someone is from the law fraternity, they were like having case studies from airlines. They will be having case studies from F&B industry or something like that. I was very much focused that whatever I'll be doing in any subject of business administration, I will be having case study from a broadcasting sector, a broadcasting organization, which helped me in the later part of my career as well. Because whatever subject I was having, I was having a focused approach that how these broadcasting organizations work in project management or in international strategic communication, or for example, organizational behavior. So by the time I finished my studies, I was already ahead from my own colleagues, because not only had the experience of 10 years, but now I had a degree program. I had that kind of academic experience where I was more knowledgeable than them, because I had more case studies, more what you call technical skills related to the broadcasting industry in terms of management. So the strategic approach is very much important regarding this. So our challenge and gap is our mindset is degree first, job later. Foreign mindset is build experience during the degree. They, I, again, I would like to quote another thing that here in Malaysia, we have many students who, apart from their degree programs, they are also having their voluntary of experience as well. They will be volunteering for different kind of NGOs, different kind of communities. They will be participating in different community-led initiatives just to build their experience. So I remember that in many of the Pakistani movies, they used to say that we need a person who is a freshly graduate person, but the person needs to have at least 5 years of experience. At the time, many of us used to like troll them that where you can find 5 years of experience when you are also a fresh graduate. But now we are like trying to understand. We are trying to understand this narrative that these many in foreign cultures, the students are already getting experience while they are having degree through these voluntary programs. Not necessarily they might be earning from it, they are gaining experience and also becoming protege of certain mentors as well. And then the opportunity gap, missing crucial career development time. So what they do is that they are focusing only on their academic career. They are just trying to leverage their youthful time, that energy, in fun related things, and losing those opportunities where they can actually build, learn those soft skills to leverage in the later part of their academic career to find jobs or to shape their businesses. So, coping and enhancing LinkedIn profile. Your LinkedIn profile should be set on day one. and it should have a professional online presence. No need to tell everyone that what is your political affiliation, what is your religious affiliation. You have to have a professional online presence. By the way, I was talking about professional social media platform. Other platforms, you do whatever you want, Snapchat, Instagram. But on LinkedIn, you have to remain. Campus career services utilize university resources as much as you can. You have to be interacting with the librarians, the counselors, the those mentors who can help you in any sense. Volunteer gain experience through service. Join societies. I was lucky enough that I joined the Toastmasters International fraternity at a very early age, and I worked uh, in different capacities as leader, vice president of public relations at YMCA Kuala Lumpur, vice president of education, then president of YMCA Kuala Lumpur Toastmasters Club, then the area director, then the mentor, then coach. So it was all for free. It was all volunteering basis, but the amount of experience which I had, that is immeasurable. Update resume, refresh quarterly with new experiences. So, identity and belonging, cultural fusion, finding your own unique blend, split identity, feeling caught between the two worlds. On one side, we are Pakistanis, on what we have our own color, we have our own cultural identity, and then we have this foreign culture, which is like, which may or may not be total 180-degree opposite thing. Common concern, I don't fully fit anywhere. So our culture identity is communal, friend, family defined. Western culture identity is personal and very fluid. Coping and enhancing. How do we do that? Hold on to rituals. No need to totally change yourself. Just stick with your own food, your faith, your language that grounds you. Share your own unique perspectives. Connect with heritage and other cultural groups. You will, wherever you will go, you will find many Pakistani communities. Even if you can't find any Pakistani community, there will still be a high commission which will be there to serve you, and they will be helping you that how to manage things as a Pakistani in that foreign culture. And then redefine the term Pakistani. There might be times when you will be redefining your term Pakistani. It will be your own personal meaning. It won't be bound to those definitions which you will be hearing when you are in your home country. Uh, Digital literacy skills, the most important thing. That trouble with academic portals, okay, this is one thing where your counselors or your university class fellows or peers can help you. Unfamiliar softwares and platforms that can be definitely done. Many people, they don't like to have the Microsoft Word or PowerPoint. They are working on keynotes, or they are working on Google Docs or Google Slides. So be ready for that and familiarity, and then to learn that. So constant continuous learning aptitude should be there. Then digital independence, everything is online and I feel lost. Literally, you, when you will be out of Pakistan, you will feel that from paying bills, from submitting your assignments, everything will be online. Even if there will be online grievance system, there will be online doctor consultation, psychologist consultation, everything would be online, depending on, of course, that where you will be heading to. And then the social media narrative, the most important thing. Whenever we are out of country, we have this habit that we post too much, and then we say that, oh, we are, if we get any kind of flu or headache, oh, some evil eye has impacted me. So sharing recklessly that, okay, I'm in front of Batu Caves, or in front of Eiffel Tower, or in front of Twin Petronas Tower, Kuala Lumpur, and like literally we are sharing everything just in order to tell our peers back at home, our old class fellows or our family members that, look, what I have I have achieved, and just be jealous. So this is kind of a negative thing to have. That kind of digital insecurity will go a long way in your professional career. So well, sometimes what you are posting, it can be misunderstood by your family as well. You never know that since you are experiencing that thing, you might be having that thing that okay, nothing bad is happening around me. But you never know that the people who are consuming your posts, they might be having a negative connotation to that. So be mindful on that thing. So social media often performative or scrutinized. Family judgment, people judge you a lot whenever you are abroad, that how you dress, how you are walking, how you are talking, what kind of new words you have added into your vocabulary. Community expectations would be there. There might be some cultural restrictions that would be like holding you up, and then there might be foreign lens as well that the employers are watching. I don't want my future employers to tell that what kind of political affiliation I have, or what kind of narrative I have on certain world-related matters. So professional implications and digital footprints, that matters a lot. So stay connected. The most important thing that I wish you all the best when you will be abroad and studying, that do have some kind of association with some of the mentors back in your country, or to those people who already know that how they navigated in their journey. So Return Ticket is one initiative where you can have that kind of mentorship program, that how to fill those gaps, whatever I have mentioned. Those you can join their WhatsApp channels, portals, or attend webinars. We are planning to have plenty and plenty of webinars for the students. Most of them would be free, and then there will be some paid courses as well, especially related to public speaking, how to talk to the camera, how to work remotely, and how to have a productivity framework. So we'll be launching those workshops, e-workshops, very soon. uh, Rabia has already mentioned many things. One important thing, like why return ticket initiative, why should I be joining where there are plenty and plenty of YouTube channels, there are plenty TikTok profiles where I can consume the experiences of all these people who are already in abroad, and why I really need to one kind of direct communication with certain kind of organization. So the problem is that on YouTube or on TikTok, there is information which is uh, placed in fragments. It is not structured. So sometimes you do not know the entire picture, and you are just consuming bit by bit things, which sometimes is dangerous. Sometimes whenever we are on social media, we the influencers, the social media influencers, they try to simplify things in their own manner just to glorify them. So their what you call the realistic narrative might not be what you will be actually experiencing. So there is a huge difference between what they go through in reality, or what they are framing through their social media handles. So that's why you have to have a structured approach regarding entire roadmap. Then the snapshot influences highlights versus real guidance. Highlights might have like will be compartmentalized based on their 30-second videos, or 1 minute videos, or 5 minute videos, whereas these kind of consultancies, they will be helping you in a more framework manner, in a more structured thing. So return ticket isn't just about information, it's an entire transformation program. So wrapping up, mistakes happen. They are part of learning process. So even if you have like some failed attempts, uh, you can still leverage on many things. There are many growth opportunities. Every challenge helps you develop. And then the dual power identity, use it as superpower, not a struggle. Don't get caught between those thin line, that whether who are you, the cultural identity, you have to redefine yourself, that who you really are within that cultural boundary, which may be either set by your family or you set for your own self. All right. So this is the thing. If you have any questions or any other thing, feel free to write to us at Return Tickets social media platform, and we will be happy to help you. And do remain in touch for the upcoming webinars on effective communication skills, leveraging artificial intelligence and productivity, especially for the to enhance your academic career. And also in near future, we will be also talking more about the cultural competency as well. So thank you very much, Ms. Rabia. Over to you. You are on mute.
Okay. Okay, so obviously we have lots of registrations on our website. So I want all of you to just stay connected with us, and our team will be contacting you if you want to just go abroad or just to have some queries regarding the study abroad program, right? So your study abroad journey is just the beginning, and we are excited to see the amazing things you will achieve, right? So like the doors are open for you, so we wish you good luck and make us feel proud, and be part of the webinars and the learning opportunities you will be gaining from our portal, right? So if Nabil Tamizi have any ending notes, he can just mention that. Otherwise, if anybody wants to raise any question, please, you're always welcome. Please, if anybody wants to ask something, please raise your question.
I think we can just take the questions later from through the social media channel, since we are like we went beyond the time.
Yes.
So, but then the thing is that we our team is quite active on social media handles. So just be in touch. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much for joining. Allah Hafiz.